Good afternoon and welcome back for an unusual Transportation Tuesday. We're going to be looking at this baby right here. That is a Potomac Water Taxi out of Washington, D.C. You catch it here at the Wharf, which is down on the waterfront. And it takes you to many amazing places on the rivers in the area. So we're going to learn a lot today about a little yellow boat. So where does the Potomac Water Taxi go? Let's find out. Join me, Terry Dixon, for an adventure for anyone as we take a ride on the water taxi. Now this is Alexandria, Virginia. This is just one of those places that you can go on the water taxi. You can take it all the way up to Maryland. This thing does go to 2 states plus Washington, D.C. This is the Woodrow Wilson Memorial Bridge we're looking at. It connects Virginia to Maryland. It's a newer bridge, beautiful bridge, and a very unusual bridge because this baby, as you can see, is actually 2 bridges. And you can take the water taxi here all the way out to National Harbor. Now, what is National Harbor? We'll discuss that more tomorrow. But it is a place with the giant 180-foot Capitol Ferris wheel that you can take. And you can look back up that river and see where we've come from. If you really squint, you can even see the Washington Monument. So just take the metro down to the waterfront. Then you're going to go down to the opposite end of the waterfront, catch this water taxi at the Wharf. They go all over to Georgetown, Alexandria. They go down to National Harbor, but that day I hopped on there in the afternoon because in the off season that's as early as it goes, and took a ride down to National Harbor from the Wharf in Washington, D.C. So just like those wonderful cruises that City Cruises has, and City Cruises also runs this water taxi, it's all Hornblower. You get a good view of the cherry blossoms and then you head down. We stopped at Alexandria on the way back. On the way down, we rode all the way down the Potomac River to National Harbor, Maryland. Now very quickly, National Harbor is a planned community. It's not actually an incorporated town. It's involved in the census, but basically it's there for the tourists. They have a bunch of stuff to do. We're going to talk a bit about that literally tomorrow on the video. What I went down there that day for was one of the few things that was open, and that is that giant wheel back there. 180 feet tall, great views all the way around, and as you're going to see in the next video, this is an amazing little community. They got a lot going on, but the views that you get from this wheel are absolutely amazing. This is a planned community. It's all for tourists, and it is the last stop on the regular water taxi. Now, across the river is Mount Vernon, George Washington's home. You may have heard of it. And there are excursions on the water taxi that go over there, but I was just on the regular commuter taxi that goes around the area. Now, what's it like? Look at this amazing view. It's absolutely beautiful. It was evening when I was out there. It's just gorgeous. And you can start a trip on the water taxi for as little as $21. Now, I went out to their final stop and all the way back to the main dock, round trip for $33 the day that I did it. It was a lot of fun. And like I said, it comes from the Wharf, occasionally from Pier 4 over there. It does stop at Georgetown. Sometimes it goes to Alexandria, Virginia, and National Harbor, Maryland for the most part. This service has been running since the 1980s. They also, with the water taxi, have a monuments tour, which goes around to some of the locations I mentioned, and they have a Mount Vernon excursion in the summer season that takes you from the waterfront over to Mount Vernon for a visit. So, you know, it's really nice. It's just a great way to get out on the water, get some views you don't get everywhere else. Here we are coming into Alexandria. We stopped there on our way back more than we did on our way out. And you can see that City Cruises and Hornblower have a lot going on. They have a paddle wheeler for tours that you're seeing over there. They have the glass boat that I took to go look at the cherry blossoms for the lunch and dinner tours and special occasions. And they have the water taxis, which I was on at this time. And they also have some smaller boats that they rent out for events like Miss Mallory over there. So there's lots of things to do along the Potomac River, and as I don't advocate driving everywhere you go, this is just another really great way to get around. Sorry for the dirty windows there. I was inside. Honestly, it was a bit cold that day, but it was still a lot of fun. And on the water taxi, you can ride inside or outside. They even have a bathroom if you have to go. So we ran around, we saw these beautiful cherry trees, we saw National Harbor. You just go down to that waterfront stop and go over to the waterfront, catch this water taxi. That's the route that I took. It was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. It's just a fun way to get around. And when you come back in the evening, look at this sunset when you're going back up the channel to the pier. It was absolutely amazing. And it's just one more way to get around. So I thank you for joining me today. I hope you take advantage of this water taxi if you're in Washington, D.C., because you'll just love the ride.